Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond the Shift. I'm Eric. Guys, today I have a special guest. Well, this guy is so special. Everyone is looking up to this guy. He's so unique. But I'll get him to introduce himself. And yeah, sit back, relax. My guy, welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel.
Thanks, Mr. Fona.
So, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Thanks for coming, man, because it's been a minute, hey?
Yeah. I've been looking forward actually to grace this podcast here.
That's good. So who is Mr. T boy, the solar panel?
This is T-Boy Kamara. But as you all know, being like a mentor, life coach, and a father figure. So of course, Mr. T is sort of the nickname. But again, it depends on the age group. Some people like my age group will call me Mr. T. And of course, you guys will call me Daddy T, Papa T, Uncle T, Mr. T. So yeah, Mr. T is just a simple guy, a family-oriented guy, and someone who cares for other people, and someone who just try to make sure everyone around me is okay, at least.
Well, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now, let's take you back, man. I know you have your document with you. I want to know what brought you to Australia. Why did you pack your bags and say, hey, let me move?
Well, I came to Australia due to the war that we had. I came on a humanitarian visa. I think I came in 2006. So I came on humanitarian grounds and then found myself here. Was a foreign land, but a land of opportunity. As we've been in Africa, looking forward to go overseas just so that we can make it.
Make what?
Like in life. That's the perception that people before us created in Africa. What I mean that, people that we look up to and people that were around us growing and stuff, we didn't see that motivation of like, oh, we can still be in Africa and make it. So whatever we grew up hearing and seeing, that's the same perception that we also had. So once we came here, and I didn't take no chance. I didn't chase the dream. I just kept pursuing the dream, Yeah.
Okay, let me take you back here. Move to foreign land, and all of us went through that same situation. But for you, how was it like for you? New country, new food. How did you manage to cope with this new adventure?
Oh, well, you see, for me, growing up, I've always learned to integrate whatever situation or moment. When something happens to me, or if I find myself in a situation, I'm always like a solution-focused guy. Even as a kid, I learned that from certain people that were mentoring me. When something happened, don't be caught up in, don't panic. Or if you find yourself in a place, look around, try to see who's there, what's there, what you can make out of there, and how you can navigate. So for me, I try to integrate the moment as soon as possible. Okay, now I'm here. One, the weather, it's cold, and we came in winter.
How was it for you?
Well, I will tell you, I didn't have Australia in the morning. You have even it doesn't matter which season it is, but sometimes it will be sunny. And I came out of the house one day. We were meant to go to Bankstown via train, and I didn't take a jumper. And we walked to the station and we went to Bankstown. Soon as we got to Bankstown, the weather changed and I didn't have money on me to buy a jumper. So I kept hiding in shops, So ever since I realized that it doesn't matter which time is it or whether the sun is out or not, I will always get a jumper in my car, even as we speak. I have a spare jumper in my car just in case, because once I go home, this will be in my wardrobe, and then I always have a jumper. So yeah, that was another shocker, but it was good. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'll go again here, because you're new to the country. What are the challenges you face? You say, okay, Ben, this one hit me so hard. What are those challenges, if you can share with us?
Well, there were so many challenges. One, the food, also the language again. The English, you think English is very common, or maybe we have the same, I don't know what they call it, but you speak to the Aussie Like now, I was British educated. Like here, we were British colonized. And the education system in Sierra Leone is like the British way. So for example now, what I mean, chili, we call it pepper. And here it's chili. And one day I wanted to do like the local breakfast and dry rice.
Yeah.
And then I went to the shops. Little did I know that this thing I'm looking for called pepper in Sierra Leone was chili here. And I went to all the shops in Belmont. I was looking for pepper. And I came back home, I was even laughing at myself because I was even saying like, hey, do you have pepper? And they will bring black pepper, white pepper. I said, no, not this. Pepper. You put seafood pepper. So no one knew what I was talking about. And I had to go home. I was so angry. And then I called my mom. I'm like, is it the whole of Australia, like the whole shopping center here in Belmont, they don't sell pepper? And then she said, how did you call it? As if she knew. And then I asked them for pepper. She said, oh, go back and say chili. So the language was a bit tricky. And then also there were certain slangs. And then sometimes the real Aussies, when they speak, when I just came, it was really hard to understand them. Like the first job I had was in Marrickville. And this guy, when I greet him, morning boss, and he will tell me, how you going? But the way he said it, I didn't know what he was saying. And I complained to someone that this guy is so rude. I greet him, he doesn't even answer me, he says something else. And then later on, I came to realize he was saying, how are you going? But the Aussie way. So the food, the language, and also the environment as a whole, like completely different landscape, different set of people, different nationalities, different cultures, road networks, and also first time being on the using the train, different modes of transport. Whereas in Africa, I used to drive back then, but I've never been on the train. Australia was my first place to be on the train, going to the city, like the beach, and also the opera house, like just the landscape and the beauty of the place. That's also another thing that was really fascinating, and I was just happy to be here.
Wow. Okay, now I want to ask you for advice here. Okay, you went through the language barrier, everything, yeah?
Yeah.
So now let me say there is someone now watching or try to make their own plan to come to Australia. The same thing, new, everything different.
Yeah.
So what advice will you give?
All I would tell them, like, I haven't been to America, but from what we hear and from what we see on social media and other platforms, whatever, Australia is one of the best places to live. All you have to bring is a very positive mindset. And when you step here, don't try to live the dream. Chase your dream. Once you are true to yourself, then you can definitely make it. And just when you come here, just realize like this is a culturally diverse land where you come across different people from different cultures. You meet the Aussies, you meet the Aboriginals, you meet the real, like the country Aussies, where when they speak, you have to really pay attention. You have to listen to catch few words and connect the dots. You have to be really like a very good listener. But look, there are people who would definitely know. Once you let them know you are new, they will always break things down for you and they will make it easy for you. But if you pretend as if everything, then it will be very difficult for you. So if you are watching this podcast and you are heading towards Australia, you want to come to Australia, when you come here, just be open-minded and also ask questions if you're not sure. Always seek clarifications. And yeah, just network. Once you network with people, it's easy to learn about people and people also learn about you. Just be open-minded, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, free of charge. Okay, now, let's talk about work, family, and the support you give the Sierra Leone community. So how do you balance like the work, the family, and the support you give to the Sierra Leone community in Sydney?
Well, it was easy for me because when I came, my younger brother actually initiated me into the workforce, even though he's younger than me. But then I used to look up to him when it comes to like being in the job force, because he was always like full of energy and he was really consistent and he was a go-getter. So I had to vibe with his energy. And then once I got comfortable, I used to bring people in, like when people arrive newly, around 2007, 8, almost every male that arrived in Sydney by then and went through that particular industry that I was working, most of them, I would say, like, I mentored them. That's where I met people. And I taught them how to, like, the ins and outs and how you can maneuver, take breaks here and there without you being, like, looked at as a bludger or as a lazy worker. So once I started doing that, then I started connecting with people. And then fast forward, I had another job in a warehouse, which was driving forklift and picking and packing. And I was there again. I was able to help someone because they needed a worker. And then they gave me the opportunity to bring someone in. And I brought that person, and that person is being like a brother since. And then from there, I had to switch. I went into the security industry. I worked for a Sierra Leonean, Mr. Hassan Bangura. That was in the city. I went to upgrade, and then I met someone just through networking. And there's one thing, guys, for everyone watching this, if you're in Australia now, wherever you go when you are working, the output that you give, whatever energy you give, someone is always watching you. And when they approach you, if they approach you for you to upgrade or to step up, do not hesitate. Because don't say, I don't have the experience. Don't say, I don't think I can do it. Because they already know that you don't have the experience, but now they need you to step up so that they can train you and give you that experience. And once you are there, you can add on to the experience. And you not knowing what to do, once you are in there, don't be shy and don't be proud. Take your ego and keep it at home. Go to work with no ego. If you don't know, ask. If you are confused, you ask. If you need help, seek help. The reason why I'm saying this, I'll use myself as a prime example. There was one time before all these jobs, I'll take you a few years back, I went into a warehouse for an interview and I was so professional. I entered and then I was talking about stuff. I was pointing the issues out. Like once we're going, I'm like, oh, this thing is in a position right. This thing is very hazardous. We probably need to shift that. Do this, do that. By the time we went for the interviews, offered me a managerial position in the warehouse. He offered me the position like right there. Like, would you like to manage the warehouse? I can see that what you're doing. And you sounded like someone who I can trust. Lack of confidence. I said, I panicked. I said, let me see how we go. But he didn't have time to wait for me to see how we go. And then they brought someone in. So from then, once I got the opportunity, fast forward now, the guy said, I would like you to join me. I've watched you from the city in the calls. I listened to you speak. And now you've been with me for like 2 weeks now. Like, think about it. So at 1 month, I was offered the position, and I used to run 3 floors. And then what I did was, since I was the manager, I had the opportunity to tell my boss, look, we need people. And then whenever we need people, I'll bring my people. I used to take one of my first sons. He is not my boy, he's my son. Fellow, you know Fellow, Otman. So Otman, Junisa, even Lloyd, Mr. Med, Alfonso, LG is my other son as well. Like many people, some people I used to take them from Bankstown, drive to Manly, and then drop them back. Some people who would just like drive down there, and I'll make it very easy for them, very easy and very comfortable, And of course, this man right here, I raised. Yeah, you can see him now. He's actually hired him as my personal cameraman for this podcast. So like I actually raised him since he was little back home, I was the only one that he could listen to. So once I realized that, I said, okay, I'm a role model for at least somebody now. So that's how I've managed to balance work and family and stuff. And up till date, whenever I have the opportunity to help anyone, I've helped a lot. And it gives me a very great feeling to see people like you, all of you that were under my wings, now you're very independent, whatever you are doing, like I've been part of, but I cannot take any credit for that. All I can say, I'm very proud of whatever I did and with what other people added onto that. And now here we are. I'm sitting in my son's podcast show today. So Congrats to you.
Thank you.
And I'm very proud of you, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, you explained about the job, everything, yeah? If you can take one big challenge from the workforce, managing for family time, what would that be?
The only thing I can say, the most challenging thing is like, you have to discover yourself first. So once I realized that I am a role model for him, and then I had to shape myself to say there is someone who, I wouldn't say fear, like is like having fear of me, but I would say respected me.
Mm.
And he loved me, because when you love someone, you don't want them to see any negative aspect of you. What I mean?
Yeah.
So then I knew at least I am a father figure now. I am a mentor. And this was in my very early 20s to late 20s. So once I started realizing that, and then that's when I started discovering myself. That, okay, this is who I think I am now, and this is what I would like to be in years to come. And then once you do that, it's very easy because you'll be family oriented. You will have that mindset. So when you go to places, you are always open to challenges, because dealing with you guys, you are all not the same. All got different attitude, different personalities, different characters that I had to deal with and put up with only because of that mindset. And then if you also incorporate this same mindset into being a manager, you are now a leader. You know what I mean? You are leading people. You're providing leadership. Because like I said, most people that I've seen, and you are one prime example, you finished high school, you went to TAFE, you learned your trade, but at the end of the day, did you really have passion for that? That's the tricky part. So if I'm to give any career advice to any of my boys or girls or whoever, I will always say, try to discover yourself. Know what you're really passionate about. If you want to find money, do this, do so and so and so. If you really want to do something that you want to enjoy, something you are passionate about, be it construction, helping people, building beautiful houses, doing plumbing, doing very great job for people, go for it. Go to TAFE, go learn the trade and do it. If you want to take care of people, go to TAFE or go to wherever institution, learn the course and just go for it. Because once you are passionate about something, it doesn't matter. You have good days, you have bad days,
Sure.
And you only reflect on them. But if you are not passionate about it, when you have good days, yeah, good. When you have bad days, you get frustrated and sometimes you get lost. You say, I don't think I even want to be here.
So I want to know, yeah, like we want to know that responsibility. How does that make you feel? Like you pushing for the community, like you helping the community. How does that make you feel?
Well, helping the community is basically, they always say when growing up, we used to hear this thing a lot, that the kids are the future. So I was a kid yesterday, but now we are the future for you guys. And you are the future after us. Okay, so now I was a kid, I was the future. Yeah, now I am, and you guys will be there. So again, that mindset, once I knew who I was, and then I always realized, you know what? We need to look out in the community, look who is struggling, bring them closer, check people out. If they want to talk, they will talk to you and they will know what you're doing. Because out of all the people, if someone chooses you, it means a lot. And I've never taken that for granted. So helping the community, we have to create a very safe space. Because if we ignore you guys, you are the role models for the younger kids. So if you are like very toxic, if you are very non-progressive, your kids and the other kids, they are vibing off that. You know what I mean? So for me, I can be out there and I know for sure you guys are doing okay. There is no doubt. I can die now and live peacefully in the next world because I know how much work I've put and how much work others have put in. So like dealing with the community, helping in the community is like very fulfilling for me. So I'm still living that dream.
Still living the dream, right?
Yeah, and I'm still pursuing it. And if you're watching this podcast show, you live in Sydney, anywhere, if you live, like anywhere you live, it doesn't matter. If you can reach me via WhatsApp or Facebook, look, just reach out if you have any issues, if you have any dilemmas in your life, any confusions, Any advice you need, just call me, contact Mr. T, and then I will see how we can help. Not financially though, okay? Just on moral and emotional basis, okay?
What's the booking fee?
Free. It's free of charge. I don't charge people for that.
Okay. There is something I want to touch on quickly, yeah? This old thing called mental health.
Yeah.
Because people ignore this thing, you know?
Yeah.
Before, I thought like mental health was just for white people until visited me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I'm like, okay, this thing is, I know that people out there,
yeah,
the mental health is eating them, but like they don't want to open up. I have conversation with people. Mm-hmm. They say, oh, counseling doesn't work. Why do I need to go meet someone, explain to them, like, you know? What would you say about this?
Well, the first thing I would say about mental health, like mental health is real, but I'll tell you the reason why people, especially from the African settings and from my country, it's because of the stigmatization. The moment you say you are depressed or you are stressed, they will say, what's wrong with you? Young boy like you, what are you doing? Is it your girlfriend stressing you? Can't you go and find another woman? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to know how to approach people. You have to know how you tap into people's emotion, the way you ask them. When someone comes to you, don't make them feel like they're being interrogated. Just create that safe space. First, check on how they are feeling, what is going on. Get them to talk. There are many ways you can get people to talk. Once they start talking, during that process, there's what we call challenging or confronting statements. For example, if they say, oh man, this girl thinks I'm a very like idiotic man. Right there, before he goes further, just say, okay, I heard you say this girl thinks she makes you feel like you are an idiotic man. What makes you feel that way? Like what are the things that she does? You know what I mean? So now you just paused him there and now you are running him back. So now he's thinking, okay, now I can talk. So first, safe space, and you have to know that they trusted you already. That's why they came to you. So you have to uphold that trust. Mental health is really real. And for us, everyone has their moment. And if you have anything going on, just look for that one person. You should have someone at least that you can talk to, someone you can trust, or seek counseling, seek professional help. For me, I do it like on a basic level. And if I see that it's really serious, I'll start asking like, have you seen a therapist before? And sometimes I even offer to pay for people to go, just to go the first session, because people listen to what other people will say about counseling, about even gym and stuff. Like gym, if you mention gym, they will say, you just want to go and waste your money. You know what I mean? Encourage the person to go to gym. Maybe when they go to the gym, there will be Zumba program. Maybe the person loves to dance. There are treadmills there. There are other programs to do. Maybe they can go to the gym that first day and they catch up a good vibe. Next time they are stressed, they will run to the gym. And for the counseling, once someone goes for therapy, and then they can actually see the usefulness of therapy. But if they just listen, because this is another thing again, once you believe in me, whatever I tell you, and this applies mostly in the Sierra Leonean community, once you respect me, you believe me, when you come to me for advice or you ask me for my opinion on something, whatever I say, people will follow it. And that's another tricky thing again. We also, for the mentors and the life coach, the father figures, or anyone who knows that people look up to them, you have to know that you are a role model. So whatever you put out there, they believe in what you say. So your opinion matters in some of their lives. And whatever you say has the power to make or break them. So you have to also be very careful of what you tell the people, because some might just, for me, advice is not something I give you to go and use. I give you my advice and then I ask you for your own opinion, and then we discuss it. And I'll tell you, if you think your idea makes sense, put my advice as a backup. Try yours. If it doesn't work, before you come to me, use mine. If it works, come to me and say, okay, my one didn't work or your one didn't work. I used my one, it worked. I didn't even use your one. I'll say, okay, reserve it. So next time, use the same thing for the same scenario. And then if it doesn't work, use my advice. And then if it doesn't work or if it works, let me know so we can reflect on it so that you know what to do if such thing occurs.
Just a quick one on that one before we move forward, yeah? We talk about the Sierra Leone community. I want us to talk about like the African community, yeah? The same mental health.
Yeah.
Like we close with different communities, yeah? For you, what do you think like these communities need to put in place so this thing can affect the younger kids, the mom, the uncles, auntie, because they affect everyone.
Yeah.
So what do you think like communities in Australia or around the world need to do?
I think we just need to be united. All communities should be united, and also create programs within, or like for the Sierra Leonean community, we have a lot of people that works in these social networks where, you know, like they have programs, or they can like provide programs or help people with programs, you know, to deal with, you know, be it domestic violence, mental health, all those stuff. We need to reach out, like people in the community, people in the position of power or access or network, like people, we have to create awareness. We have to let people know. But then before we also create the awareness, we need to also create a safe space, because people would want to come to you first, but you have to show people that, look, hey, it's good to talk. But then the question in their mind will be, how do I talk, or who do I talk to, or where do I talk? You know what I mean? So we create a safe space and also network.
Okay. So now, yeah, before we round up, what's next for you?
So what's next for me? That's a great question. Currently, I'm engaged in a program with my sister, which is a charity supporting the Milty Magai School for the Blind in Sierra Leone. So a few years back, they never had a sporting activity. She introduced it. She wasn't sure. Everyone wasn't sure what's going to happen, because again, they are blind, and they did it. It was successful. And now we've been providing some fundings. I've got people here who contributed from my workplace. And Maggie, thank you very much, Maggie, for the support. And she rallied and got some monies. And then also Marianne, my other daughter. And I know I didn't reach out to you guys in time and stuff. But so yeah, the support was really amazing. And then last year we sent it. And then this year, whatever I had, I sent it for my sister. It was good. But now the challenge that we are facing is these people have been marginalized. Because they are blind, they don't have the, what can I say, the right to being treated equally, like with the bands. So to hire a school brass band full set is 1.5 million leons, old leons. But that's like around $110, $20, okay? I think around $110 or $120 to hire. And you won't believe, last year when I was there, because I'm part of the St. Edward Secondary School brass band. I'm a past member, so I know what quality is. And then last year, I was the one who paid for 2 bands. I will show you after this podcast, but it was, I'm sorry to say, or excuse my language, it was rubbish. Like, I was really pissed off. And even the people were also pissed off, because they were just happy. That was the first time for them to be on the road marching. And then imagine they came out to march, and then the quality of the music was really poor. Because around those times, they have this system in Sierra Leone wherein if the major schools are marching, then it's hard for you to get one of those major bands. And even when you get them, that's what happened this year. We got one of the major bands, and then they gave like a shit, sorry for my language, but they gave like a shit group of players. That's very bad. Like they gave like young kids who they wanted to give chance. They didn't add any respect to them. And we paid full, and my sister ended up paying like almost double, because after she appreciated them, because she doesn't know what quality of music is from a brass band. I know. And when I saw it, I was really frustrated, and I said, what? Stuff that. I've been supporting and sponsoring my school brass band with some instruments. So now I've started raising some instruments, and now I'm trying to do like a fundraising so we can buy a new set of instruments for them. And then when we send it for them, by next year, they will be having their 70th anniversary. since the school was started, since the school was established. So now that's what's next for me. So I want to make sure I reach out to like everyone watching, and I'll reach out to you guys for your support. We really need to, I will first of all list the items and then get the quotes, and then I'll put it out there, and then let's see what we can do. And my sister will also be trying from there as well. So the goal, that's the next thing for me.
So any link so we can drop it down?
I will provide a link later on for you where people can just like donate, like you can just do it via PayPal. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's good.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
I always ask my guests before they go, beyond the shift.
Yeah.
With all your experience, with all your ups and downs, your journey, everything, for you, what's beyond the shift means to you?
Beyond the shift means like pushing myself or finding time to like reflect, because it says beyond the shift. It's always good to have pockets where you reflect, where you pause and just reflect on whatever has happened, and then know how much strength you have or how much strength you need to go beyond or do whatever. Because in my tribe's language, like we say, there's a proverb that says, in order for you to jump, you have to take a stance.
So how do you say it to those,
Bava pembe ya vine. So that's Mende. Yeah, Bava.
So do you have to do the sign as well?
Oh yes, I'm very animated by the way. Bava pembe ya vine. So you have to take a stance, yeah, and then you can jump.
Jump.
Yeah, because you cannot really jump without taking a stance. Yeah, that's...
Man, Daddy T, Mr. T, the guy with the solar panel, thanks so much for dropping by.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, and I know people out there will take something out of your challenges, everything you just said. You guys all know, this is Beyond the Shift. Like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. So whenever I upload, you'll get notified. Until next time, I'm Eric. This is Beyond the Shift.
Mr. T.
Mr. T. Peace out. Let's hold.